Okay, let's dive in. If you're working as a school manager or administrator, you're definitely familiar with the sheer volume of tasks.
Oh, absolutely. It's constant, isn't it?
It really is. We're talking about managing a student's entire academic journey, from that very first inquiry, maybe even before.
Right through to graduation and beyond, sometimes even alumni relations.
Exactly. It's this complex, recurring process. And look, this deep dive today, it's really tailored specifically for you, the person facing these challenges daily. We want to explore how to handle it all more effectively.
We're really looking at let's call it the operational backbone of academic life. Managing student data, courses, schedules, finances, tracking progress, all of it. Our insights today really zero in on those core tasks.
And crucially, why handling them efficiently often requires more than just, well, good intentions and elbow grease.
Right. It makes a clear case for why specialized systems are not just helpful, but pretty necessary now to manage this intricate web.
So our goal here is to pull out the most important points. How do you streamline these processes? How do you move past maybe older methods or, frankly, manual overload?
Precisely. It's about understanding that administrative load you carry and then seeing how technology built for this specific environment can genuinely change how you operate day to day.
Think of it as our mission today. Uncover the key challenges and understand how a dedicated system can make a real, tangible difference for you and your team.
Okay, sounds good. Where should we start? That operational backbone you mentioned.
Yeah, let's map it out.
Yeah.
What are those essential recurring tasks that just demand so much time and attention?
Well, based on what we've seen, it logically starts right at the beginning with student admissions.
Makes sense. Getting them in the door.
Exactly. Initiating the whole journey for new students joining your school. Whether that's the main intake or midterm transfers, it's managing those inquiries, applications, enrollments.
Right. And as soon as they're admitted, you're immediately into student record documentation.
Oh yeah, straight away.
And this isn't a one-off thing, is it? It's continuous.
No, not at all. It's the ongoing process of maintaining really comprehensive, accurate, and importantly, accessible records for every single student.
Grades, contact details, medical information, permissions. Gosh, the list goes on. It all has to be tracked meticulously.
And running parallel to managing the students themselves is managing what they actually learn.
Which means curriculum planning and management.
Exactly. Designing those core structures, maybe updating syllabi because standards change or teaching methods evolve.
Scheduling classes, assigning the right instructors. It's the very core of your academic offering, isn't it? And it needs to be flexible.
Absolutely. Constant attention and flexibility. Then, okay, the curriculum's set. The students need to actually get into those courses.
Which leads us to course enrollment management.
Right, making sure students are registered in the classes that fit their academic goals, managing class sizes, dealing with timetable clashes, changes.
It's a logistical puzzle, really. And it repeats every single term or semester.
It really does, and we can't forget the money side of things, financial record maintenance.
Always critical. Tracking tuition fees, managing billing cycles, handling financial aid details, sometimes even staff payroll related to teaching.
It's vital. Accurate financial records keep the school running smoothly. Mistakes there can cause huge problems.
For sure. And then there's what I often think is maybe the most challenging piece to do well manually. Student progress tracking.
Agreed. Monitoring academic performance, attendance, maybe even engagement levels.
And using that data effectively, right? Identifying who might need extra support, celebrating successes, just making sure students were actually on track to meet their goals.
That list alone, wow, it paints a picture of just a significant administrative effort.
It really does. And you have to multiply that effort across your entire student body.
Precisely. And here's a really important point that comes up. While general management skills, planning, organizing, delegating are absolutely vital.
Foundational, yeah.
Foundational, yes. But they often aren't enough on their own to handle the sheer complexity and just the volume of academic administration, especially as schools grow.
It's that interconnectedness, isn't it? How a changing curriculum affects enrollment, which affects records, which affects progress tracking.
Exactly. And the sheer amount of data for potentially hundreds, maybe thousands of students trying to juggle all that manually or even with separate general tools like spreadsheets.
It just leads to bottlenecks, doesn't it? Errors, frustration, administrative overload.
Totally. Which points directly towards the idea that specialized software tools aren't just a nice to have. They're presented as pretty essential to streamline effectively.
Right. To cut down that administrative burden, trying to do this well at scale without systems designed for education is just incredibly inefficient.
And that naturally brings us to systems like DreamClass, the student academic management system built specifically to simplify and enhance these very tasks we've just outlined.
Designed with schools, colleges, educational institutions in mind from the ground up.
Exactly. So let's break down how it actually tackles those core areas. How does it connect back to the challenges you, as an administrator, are facing?
Okay, let's start with student admissions again. The system aims to make managing enrollments much more straightforward.
Yes, both for those brand new students starting out and, importantly, for your returning students who are continuing their journey.
Ah, the returning students. That can be a real pain point, Kat, at recollecting information.
It can. So the ability to handle returning students smoothly is a key benefit highlighted. Think about the admin effort saved each enrollment period if the system just seamlessly carries over the relevant data from last term.
Like their core details, maybe past courses.
Exactly. It minimizes that need to re-enter information or chase down details for students already in your system.
That data carryover feature alone sounds like a huge time saver, especially if you have multiple intakes a year.
Definitely. Then, for that fundamental task of student record keeping, you need to be able to easily add, edit, and update student profiles. A system like DreamClass keeps all that information organized, accessible, all in one place.
Instead of scattered across different files or spreadsheets.
Precisely. And it's not just about the current records either. Maintaining academic history archiving is crucial.
Right, for transcripts later on, or planning future pathways.
Yes, being able to easily pull up past achievements, qualifications, historical grades, it's vital. Manual archiving and then trying to retrieve specific records, that can be incredibly cumbersome and slow.
Okay, shifting back to the academic side. Curriculum management, how does it help there?
Well, schools need flexibility, right? So DreamClass supports designing those course structures, but also adjusting them as needed.
Because curricula do evolve.
They do. So having the capability within the system to easily modify courses, make sure everything stays aligned with your educational goals, manage different sections, scheduling. It provides that necessary flexibility without creating administrative chaos. Helps keep things current.
Makes sense. And once the courses are set and students are enrolled, there's the whole communication piece, keeping everyone informed.
Information transparency. Systems like this can help provide access, carefully controlled access, of course.
Right, non-sensitive info.
Exactly. Things like timetables, class schedules, maybe school announcements. It ensures students, teachers, even parents have the information they need without constantly calling the office.
That cuts down on interruptions too. But you mentioned controlled access. With student data, security is just non-negotiable.
Absolutely paramount. And the importance of secure data access is really strongly emphasized.
Which is where things like role-based access come in.
Correct. Role-based access controls are highlighted as a critical feature. They ensure sensitive student information is only viewable or editable by users who are specifically authorized.
So a teacher sees their class info, an administrator sees broader data, but maybe parents only see their own child's schedule or grades.
Something like that, yes. It protects privacy, helps maintain compliance, and gives people access only to what's relevant for their role. That's fundamental.
Okay, one more core task. Attendance.
Right, attendance tracking. Simply knowing who is present and who isn't, it allows staff to monitor this easily.
Which impacts safety, obviously, but also academic support.
Both. Monitoring attendance effectively enhances safety, immediately if someone's unexpectedly absent. And it also helps you reduce absenteeism overall by spotting patterns early.
So you can intervene or offer support before a few missed days become a major problem for that student's progress.
Exactly. So when you look at all these features together, the streamlined admissions, the efficient record keeping and archiving, flexible curriculum management, the transparent info sharing, secure access, attendance tracking, you really start to see the main point emerge.
Yeah, the picture becomes much clearer.
The core argument is that automating these critical, often very labor-intensive tasks using a dedicated system like DreamClass frees up valuable time and energy.
Time and energy for educators and administrators.
Right. So instead of being buried in paperwork, endless data entry, chasing information, you and your team can redirect that focus
towards what really matters, the school's academic goals, and actually supporting student success.
It's that shift, isn't it? Moving from constantly reacting to administrative fires to proactively supporting education.
And it sounds like this kind of system isn't just a bunch of separate tools, but more like a cohesive framework.
That's a good way to think about it. It provides a structure that helps define and guide a student's academic journey. You might call it the student academic plan.
Okay, so what does that mean practically? A student academic plan.
It's essentially that structured roadmap, outlining the courses, the learning goals, the milestones a student is expected to achieve within your school's framework. The system helps create that roadmap and then helps everyone navigate it.
And circling back to curriculum, how does the system specifically help manage that piece, which is so central to the plan?
Well, as we touched on, it enables administrators to design, update, and manage those course structures with real flexibility. It supports the modifications needed to keep the curriculum relevant and aligned with those plans.
That flexibility seems key. And does it genuinely help track student progress towards the goals in that plan? Not just grades, but actual progress.
Yes, that capability to monitor and analyze performance is crucial. It offers tools to assess how well students are actually attaining the goals you've set out.
So you can tailor support more effectively.
Exactly. Tailor support to individual learning paths. Identify areas where students might be hitting roadblocks, or even recognize where they're excelling and might need more challenge. It's about using data to inform support, not just record results.
Got it. And we mentioned admissions before, particularly for schools with recurring intakes. That's definitely supported.
Yes, that's confirmed as a key strength. The Streamline process, especially that seamless carryover of returning student data, really minimizes the cyclical administrative effort. It addresses a major pain point you might face every semester or year.
That makes a lot of sense. And just to hammer home the security point one last time, those role-based access controls are explicitly mentioned.
They are. It highlights the system's focus on protecting sensitive student data, making sure only authorized users can view or edit specific information. In today's world, with data privacy being so critical, that kind of built-in security is just fundamental.
Okay, so bringing this all back directly to you, the listener, the school manager or administrator who's dealing with these things every single day, the way this information positions a system like DreamClass is as a tool designed to directly tackle those operational hurdles you're facing.
Right. By providing those specific capabilities we've discussed, the smoother admissions, robust records, flexible curriculum tools, real progress tracking, better transparency, solid security, attendance monitoring.
It helps you move beyond just managing tasks, right?
Exactly. It provides the infrastructure to actively optimize each student's academic journey, and in doing so, better support your school's overall educational mission.
It's about building that strong administrative foundation so the real focus can stay where it belongs, on teaching and learning.
Well said.
So this deep dive, we've walked through those essential, often really complex tasks at the administrative heart of any school. Admissions, records, curriculum, progress. The whole cycle. And based on the insights we've explored, a specialized tool, something designed for this environment, offers a very clear path to streamline it all and hopefully significantly lighten that administrative load for you.
And perhaps leave you with a final thought to consider. If implementing a system that truly automates and organizes these key operational tasks, if it genuinely frees up a substantial amount of administrative time and energy for you and your team.
What could you do at that time?
Exactly. How profoundly could that redirected focus and capacity change the way your school pursues and achieves its core academic objectives? What new initiatives, what deeper student support, what strategic planning could suddenly become possible if your team wasn't constantly just trying to keep up with manual processes?